My earliest memory is when I woke up in terror with a terrible noise, a terrible rattling, banging, crashing, which I eventually learned when I grew up was a thunderstorm and hailstones. Huge hailstones were bouncing off our roof, which was made of corrugated iron.
I mean, I can remember being 4 years old, or even younger, but I can't remember last week, and it's so infuriating. But I've got a theory on that. When you get to 82, that's full up. You can't get any more. The filing cabinet is full.
Being taken out on picnic days with the rest of the boys in the orphanage to a little place called Burrage, where we had cheese sandwiches and a drink of tea.
I learned to drive an electric milk float. I took my test on the electric milk float, passed it, and they gave me Group A, heavy goods. I mean, you couldn't make it up. I had to learn to drive after I got the licence.
My father took me out to the back garden of the house, and as a plane went over on fire, he said, that's one of the poor buggers that don't make it.
I think I recall a fair amount of my previous life. It seems to be the current period, day to day, doing what you want to do and finding that it's not as easy as it could be.
It seems to me that people who suffer from dementia remember their earliest memory, but they're not so able to remember recent events.
I spend a great deal of time during a day, any day, going up and down the stairs, forgetting what I went up the stairs for. That is irritating in the extreme.
The memory side of things, there are times when I know there's something there that I want to say, and it's tucked away in my brain somewhere, but it won't come forward, and that is very frustrating.
For instance, sometimes she would forget she had a breakfast. Although she had the breakfast, she forgot that, so she would say, I haven't had a breakfast. I had to give her another breakfast. And that was all right, but it's the only way you could deal with it.
I think for people who suffer from dementia, I think it would probably feel like being in a bubble or in space where you're lost and confused.
Whatever he saw, it was his. It didn't matter if it was my shampoo, my anything. So it was really annoying at first. I used to be, why is he doing this to me? But it was one of those things that's part of the dementia. So we call it squirreling.
Yet, you see, I can remember a good many things, and I still, thank God, I can still use my hands, and I knit. I do a lot of knitting. I've been knitting since I was 5 years old. And that wasn't yesterday, was it?
remember the music, yes. And if I've got the words written before me, then I can sing the song.
My attitude was one of total disbelief. I thought, no, it can't be. That's not me, that's somebody else.
I couldn't understand how I'd got it. But apparently you don't catch it, it develops, creeps up on you.
She said, you must go to see a doctor as soon as you get home, because she said your wife's got dementia. But obviously I didn't want to accept that as true. I didn't want to believe that.
I thought that's a little bit heavy-handed. I have a short-term memory problem, I know. But the hardest part about it is the DVLA said that I shouldn't drive anymore after 62 years driving accident-free, and I'm peeved, to put it politely. I only stopped driving lorries 20 years ago, but I'm not capable anymore. Now that's changed my life drastically.
I didn't really think about dementia because I don't know anybody close to me who's been affected by it, but you realise that they just get on with their lives and they're happy no matter what, and they don't let it get them down.
I thought, no, I won't be isolated. I thought, I'm going to buy a mobility scooter, to call it, a buggy. And I've grumbled about those for years on the pavement, so now I'm going to be one.
Carry on as normal, because it's not something that will change your life. It might if you let it, but if you just carry on in the normal way, you'll be fine.
I don't let it get to me, if you know what I mean. I'm not one to sit down and say, oh, poor me.
You've got it, and that's it.
I live day to day. I cope. And it hasn't got me into any serious trouble so far, so...
I remember things I want to remember. I forget things I want to forget. Just be happy. You were still alive.
What's the use of worrying? It never was worthwhile. So I have to trust up with your own kick back and
Now it's a job that just suits me. A window cleaner you would be if you could see what I can see when I'm cleaning windows. Honeymooning couples too, you should see them Bill and Coo. Would be surprised at things they do when I'm cleaning windows. When I'm cleaning windows, honeymooning couples too, you should see them Bill and Coo. You'd be surprised at things they do when I'm cleaning windows.